Hi, I am Emma Diskin and welcome back to part 2 of my digital portfolio, Instructional Partner. For this standard, I chose 3 different artifacts: History of Cataloging Group Project, Setting Goals and Objectives, and then SMART Goals and Action Steps. For Instructional Partner, the librarian and the information teacher participates with members of the school community to develop district and school building level policies, practices, curriculum to guide student learning in content areas including instruction of information and technology literacy. I believe all 3 of these assignments met that standard. For the very first one, it's called Artifact 1, History of Cataloging, and I did this with a partner, Joan Thomas. We had to give the history of the Library of Congress, so we decided to make a Glockster over it. I believe this met the standard 2, Instructional Partner, because we modeled technology to promote digital literacy and digital citizenship. I think we did this standard by showing the different way you can use technology and share information. We even used our voice to navigate someone through the page. This is something that would get teachers really excited about the different types of technology. So even though the Library of Congress doesn't sound very exciting, the way we presented it, I believe, made it much more exciting. So how can I use this later on, and now why is it so important to me? I believe we could utilize this type of technology in the classroom through working with a team member, a fellow teacher. So I think if you share and collaborate with your fellow teachers that work around you, talk to the librarian, work district-wide, you can really find great ideas. So me and Joan worked on this together, and through our collaboration, we came up with this awesome product to share, the Library of Congress. So using that information, we were able to really promote technology literacy. The second artifact I want to talk about is setting goals and objectives. So what we had to do was work with a group for our professional development. So our goal was to get teachers excited about using technology in their classroom. So our team came up with goals, and one main goal, and then 4 objectives that supported our goal. While we were being very specific about our objectives, we also had to use technology as our main focus. But instead of focusing just on the technology, we wanted to focus on how the technology was supporting our curriculum. And I believe we did that through our goals and objectives. So the goal we came up with for this one was students will explore technology-based instructional strategies to increase student engagement and classroom success. So our goal was to increase student engagement and classroom success, and we're going to use technology to help us do that. Why was this artifact so important to me? So the so what behind it was collaboration. So knowing your idea is not always the best. We went through quite a few goals and objectives before we found the perfect one. We all took our turns editing them to where it finally met everyone's idea of the perfect professional development day. So understanding how to work with other people and knowing that you're not always right. Now I'm going to take this information I've learned and I'm going to apply it through professionalism. So going through this process, I learned that you have to be very punctual, knowing that you can't wait for other people to start getting everyone on board and of coming up with the next part of our product. So knowing how to plan the day, being very considerate. I had one person in my group's power went out during the big floods down in southeast Kansas. So being considerate of them losing power and understanding that maybe they couldn't work on it when we had planned. And then making everyone feel really comfortable with not only the professional development day that we came up with, but just working with each other and collaborating. I kind of have a better understanding of what truly being professionalism is. So through this assignment and artifact, I was able to really kind of review building level policies, so how to work with others, curriculum guide, which was through our goals and objectives, and then using our curriculum guide to promote technology literacy within our district. The last artifact I truly think meant instructional partner was artifact 3, which is SMART goals and action steps. For this assignment, we had to come up with a goal for a high school. So my goal is on the screen. Eastwood High School Library Book Club, spring semester of school year 2014 to 2015 will develop literacy skills of pre-K students by reading 10 books for 30 minutes once a week in an after-school community reading class at the public library. So we had to come up with a goal, and then we had to implement that goal. So to do that, we had to submit the required personnel, current school resources, any potential money needs, and then we also had to go through a step-by-step requirement of in-service training, document training, and anything else we thought that would be necessary to promote our goal and action steps. The purpose of completing this, I believe, was to exercise the big picture behind the thinking process involved in implementing small changes that seemed huge when I was doing this into the district. So making a small change takes a lot of work to get everybody on board. You have to have all your ducks in a row of knowing how to do that. So overall, this standard was number 2 was addressed through artifact 3, was through working with school community. I not only worked with the school community, but I also worked with the public community, so through the public library, district and school level policies, instruction of information, and then using all of that to incorporate technology. So thank you for joining me in part 2 of my digital portfolio. I truly believe that this standard helped me address that working together and collaborating with my fellow teachers, administrators, and overall the community, we can make the best absolute school for our students, and also using technology to help incorporate it all. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to part 3.